Mike Eppel joins us now. Good morning to you, Mike.
Hello there, Melanie. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing well. I'm wearing my glasses so we can be matchy. I've got my green on with your mic. I'm trying to coordinate with you, you see?
Well, thank you. I went with my typical standard blue again today. Sorry.
It's all good. You always look great, Mike.
Thanks.
We're talking about the housing market, as we always do,
Yes.
and what's interesting is the numbers that have just been released.
Well, it wasn't just the temperature that was red hot in the month of August, and for much of the summer, so is the city's real estate market. And this is something that has been defying, to some extent, expectations, I would say, about how much prices have gone up across the city, Melanie, up 20% on a year-over-year, August last year to August this year, to now an average for all types of properties at $950,000 plus, and sales surged by 40% to 10,775, according to the Toronto Real Estate Board data points in this morning. And you look at the breakdown, the hottest segment of any type of property is detached. The detached properties in the 416, average price $1.5 million. That is up something like 40% plus on a year-over-year comparable. So, you know, this idea of this exodus from the downtown to the suburbs, that hasn't necessarily been borne out in the overall data points. We are seeing it a little bit more in the rental market, certainly, and we will see it in the corporate real estate numbers going forward. But people are still looking for space, and that would be indicative of the detached home prices that we're seeing, which are now north of $1 million in the 905 as well. And these are all averages. Mortgage rates are at record lows. The pandemic shut things down. And then everybody who wanted to buy then said, hey, got to get into the market. And it just kind of built on itself. And that's what we've seen all summer long.
Well, I mean, you know, your bedroom has also become your office space, and your kitchen and all of this. People are looking for some defined spaces, and maybe some defined spaces away from, say, their partners or family. It's getting a little claustrophobic for some people, right? So
it has caused a lot of people to look at their current living situation and say, okay, what is the new normal? What do we want? What do we need? What should we do? You know, and I'm guessing as well, and this is just speculation, but some of the early indications are that renovations have been just as busy. The renovation market has been just as popular, as indicated in the fact you can't find, in some cases, things for decking and, you know, just general, you know, 2x4s, for goodness sakes. The mills were shut down, then they reopened, and then the demand just went through the roof.
Absolutely, Mike. Oh, yeah. No, anecdotally, we're looking to do a little bit of some landscaping things for the backyard. And, you know, to get a company to, you just come and give you a quote, it's taking a while, because they are looking more so for the bigger projects, where more of the money's at, too, with the limited workforce that they have right now to try to expand and get to every project. So anyways, I digress. But yes, all understandable with all of these trends, and who knows how long that's going to last. I want to get to the markets now and where things stand.
Same thing, records. Again, defying expectations to some extent. Wednesday saw an absolute stock buying binge, and for a change, it wasn't Apple and some of those big name tech companies. It was some of the companies that had been a little bit more out of favor that started to get some momentum. And one of the catalysts, again, the hopes for a vaccine. The CDC, Center for Disease Control, put out that statement yesterday afternoon telling American states to be prepared for a vaccine by November 1st. Now, this is even as the big drug companies, and the latest this morning was Sanofi Aventis and Glaxo starting their human trials. So there's lots of vaccines in the pipeline, but no one that has gone through phase 3 that would be looking at a huge distribution. But, you know, the talk of November, all of a sudden, you know, we saw airlines jump, transportation companies, anything that was shut down by the pandemic, starting to see quite a bit of buying. Bay Street was still sort of in the mix, but nowhere near what Wall Street. That's just been the story of the summer as well. Stocks and real estate. I mean, it's just been quite dramatic. And don't discount the fact that a lot of this does have to do with interest rates being at record lows, and a lot of central bank intervention, and just propelling all sorts of asset classes.
Absolutely, Mike. It has been wild. Wild. That's an understatement.
It's been an interesting number of months, that's for sure.
You got it. All right, Mike. Have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.